Well, stop everything for just a second. Because it turned out that with one of our advertisements,
They messed up.
there was a big mess up, and the word swing was somehow spelled the 5-step process. The last one was a Y. Apparently, it should have been a G.
Yeah, that's how you spell swing.
That's how you spell swing.
You spell swing.
What do you know?
SWING. The Babymaker 5000 apparently
Didn't get it right.
They dropped out of high school.
They did.
With that baby, and they went SWINY, swiney. So just remember swiney when you want to get rid of that baby. Wow.
It's a good advice, though. Even still.
Never before. Hopefully never again.
Unfathomable.
Well.
Oh, that's awesome, though. Well, on that note, what do you think? We got some scoring and touring?
Yeah, we got a sex move of the week. Let's bring back Scroats. We didn't have Scroats last week.
Yep. What do you think? It's up here somewhere.
Scroats, where are you, Scroats? Chet, you have to have this stuff ready. I'm ready to kill
Scroats Chesterfield here for Happy Times with Scott.
Ah, Scroats. Always knows the best moves.
The Dublin Mudslide. He just hangs out with some unscrupulous characters, though.
Yeah. All right, so story time.
You got some stories?
Story time. Scott, I'm gonna start this one off because honestly,
we
I
talk
think
about last weekend.
You know what? We'll get to that, but I want to talk about this first.
Oh, is this what you were just saying?
Yeah, because
all right.
I had an interesting discussion yesterday with many people, numerous people. Might even been for the last 2 days, and the idea is just kind of bewildering when you think about it. Now, we assume that people in jail, the guys in jail, are the biggest and baddest and meanest guys in America. They're like,
that's why they're in jail.
They're the murderers, they're the kidnappers, they're the rapists, they're the meanest guys. And we can only assume that most of these guys, just as it is in the population, are 100% straight. Before going to jail, they would never consider themselves, well, you know what, I'm just gonna, have sex with guys. They don't do that. That's not their thing. They rape women because they like women in a weird way. All right, so what I'm curious about is at what point, and let's say a life sentence, when a guy, a straight man, I'll finish that thought in a second.
Yeah, let me see who called.
Happy Times.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Joe.
Hi. Who is this?
This is Catherine.
Oh, hey, Catherine.
Oh, she called so much later than I thought, though.
Well, it's all right. So, how's it going, Catherine?
Wait, what is Scott saying?
Nothing.
I mean, are you here to talk about at what point in a bad straight prison guy's life sentence he decides that he's gonna turn gay and pound some dude up the butt?
I texted you for Mad Libs. That was like 5 minutes ago.
Sorry, I wasn't by myself.
All right, Catherine. So let me ask you this: we're just talking about how we can only assume that the guys in prison, like all these murderers and stuff, most of them were straight before being imprisoned. At what point, in let's say a life sentence, does this big bad murderer guy become the guy who's going to pound the weaker guys in the butt?
I mean, if he's already in jail and he's already raped people, I don't see him waiting more than a week.
So, but the thing is, he's raped women, though. At what point does he make that mental connection? You know what? It's okay for me to rape men. Because that's a completely different mindset. I mean, I can never see myself, having sex with another dude.
I could never see you in jail, though. That's the thing.
Well, you're saying you could see the big bad guys in jail all of a sudden becoming gay?
So you're definitely the big bad guy that's going to go to jail and rape men.
Well, you know what?
Made a lot of sense.
I don't even know what you're saying anymore.
Doesn't matter.
I
can't believe she called. Oh my! I gotta text more people.
Yeah,
who knew?
You're doing good, Scott.
Yeah.
So, Catherine, you say a week.
1 week.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
So in a week, a guy turns from straight to gay.
Yep.
Well,
Just because of jail.
That's all it takes.
I think the mentality of being in jail and like the realization of it, he's like, shit, I gotta get.
Watch the language.
Yeah, you're in trouble now.
We're a family show talking about prison and rape. But I don't know. I think it has to be longer than just a week.
Yeah.
It's got to be years. I can't see that. Although you will never see a woman again and probably never have sex with a woman again. You have to imagine that at least for a few years he's going to be content with masturbating.
I think it's very subjective. I think it depends on the person and how crazy they are.
Well, I mean, I guess if you want to assert your authority, nothing says assert your authority like inserting your penis up some guy's butt.
That's true. It's very true.
All right. Well, thanks for the...
Bold move.
Yeah.
Thanks for
There you go.
calling.
Thanks for the insight,
See you
Catherine.
later.
All right, you're very welcome.
See ya.
Bye.
Well,
Wow.
I guess that answers my question.
Yep, answered mine too.
It has to be a few years. It
You think?
it has to be... I'm going to say it has to be more than 5 years. You don't just turn... No, you just don't do that.
I'm gonna say probably less than a year. Not
Less
a week.
than a year?
Not a week, but less than a year. A year's a long time in prison.
I mean,
It's a long time of the same routine.
Scott, if you
gonna
were
say a year.
even if you were in prison, but you were isolated from, let's say you went to like an all boys school in like some remote part of the country, and you didn't
Don
see
Bosco,
yeah,
if you will.
and you lived at that school, you didn't see a woman for a year. You're telling me that within that year of not seeing a woman, you would
No.
consider doing other guys?
No, but I think that the trait is inherently tied to what makes somebody a criminal. Aggression.
I don't think so.
I think it is.
I don't think so.
I think that you could put me in an all-boys school for a long time, and I still would be the same. But I also have no desire to violate somebody in that way in any way. So I would never want to
I mean,
do that.
look, I'm not homophobic or trying to say anything against gay people. I'm not. But it's, as a straight man, and assuming that my thoughts about being straight as opposed to being gay are similar to a lot of others, how does, in your mind, do you just switch and think it's okay all of a sudden? Like, you would never consider yourself to, have sex with a man before going into prison. But yet we always hear about prisoners, there's always the fear of, being, raped and stuff in prison by other men. At what point does the male rapist of men think, you know what, it's okay for me to do this because I'm in jail? At what point in his mind does he think, you know what, that butt kind of looks like a vagina, I can deal with that? I mean,
I don't know.
If you're going to make the argument, and I'll agree that you're either born straight or gay, it's not something that you necessarily, can flip. Because, I feel like that's, the socially accepted way of sexuality these days. In prison, where do they just throw away all their ideas about sexuality and just think, you know what, this is fine? I'm not very curious.
I don't know.
Because I'll never actually do any
there's
research into this.
only one way to find out, Joe.
Scott, you gotta go to jail.
A Happy Time special from Inside the Slammer.
We might have to do that. All right. Well, that was kind of a little bit longer than I expected,
but
I think it's worth it.
I can't believe we even got a little opinion too.
Yeah, we did.
It's cool. You think she actually listened to the show, or do you think she just called because she saw I said to call the number?
Probably the latter.